Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we have got Ian K back in on my stream. He comes up with some of the most interesting compositions I've ever seen, particularly around Turvold. And we've got one here today, which I did not think was going to be possible. But here we go again. Ian K showing off a crazy, unkillable team. Let's get into it.
Hi, can you hear
Oh,
me?
Ian, you can hear me? Yes, yes. How you doing?
Okay, good. Hi, I'm
Cool.
doing good.
Good. Welcome back again.
hmm
It's like a
Yeah,
regular spot now.
yep.
So, talk us through what have we got to see today?
Yeah, so this time around, we're not showcasing my account. It's more so showcasing a comp, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team,
Okay,
again with the Turvold. Yeah, so
Turvold
this
again.
time, we are on the Dark's account. Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah, so this time, I think this might be the pinnacle of a Turvold team, which
Yeah.
is using double Turvolds in a Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team.
We got a double, guys. We got a double.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what we got? I guess it must be another unkillable team then, is it?
Yep, it's an unkillable team with two Turvolds, Martyr, and two Man-Eaters.
Turvolds, Martyr, double Man-Eater. Wow.
Mhm.
So I guess, how's that? Is it working in a similar way to when I do a double Man-Eater or like a Bat Man-Eater? Man-Eaters
Uh,
always do the unkillable at the end of a turn, so
no, so
Turvold.
it's more similar to the comp that I have been showcasing before. So where
Okay.
they take their extra turns at specific timings before they do the Man-Eaters do their unkillable.
Right. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Let's have a look through then. What have we got?
Mhm.
Turvold 1.
Yep. So this is the accuracy Turvold, the one that's going to place the weaken.
Yeah. So we don't have any improved crit rate buff here. He does it on
Yeah. So
himself, though, does he?
yep.
He does it on himself. Yeah, yeah. So we've got a 5.7k attack, 276 crit damage build with the accuracy built in. What's this? Double cruel set with War Master. Okay. And then the second one is 6-piece cruel. Yeah, I was look at these damage. We're gonna get some damage here, guys. We are gonna get some hits. Do they have enough buffs then? If we're going Man-Eater and Martyr, so I guess Martyr's throwing up 2, the Man-Eaters give you 1, and he self-buffs.
Yeah, so he has triple buffs on himself. Man-Eater gives 2 buffs, and Martyr gives 2 buffs, so it's 7 buffs. So it's actually
It's
quite a
actually
lot.
pretty optimal, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't see the speeds there, so what we got here? Pretty slow on this one, 152. Both about the same, actually. 145 and 152, so actually both super slow.
Mm-hmm.
Super slow. And then we've got a Martyr coming in at 171. Also very slow, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
100% crit rate, 240 crit damage. Good amount of defense as well. She's going to hit as well, actually. Then we got Man-Eater in Toxic Gear, 214 speed. How is this team so slow?
Yeah, it's the Turvold factor again.
And 218 speed. This team is really slow. Really, really slow. Wow. And that is so he's in Toxic again.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. So if there wasn't a Turvold in the mix,
Then
and you
that
just
would
wanted
be.
damage, does that mean
Mhm.
we can't get to those sort of speeds?
No, you can. So the team that that I showcased before is basically the exact same team, but with
Yeah.
only one Turvold. So my fifth member is a Kreela instead of the second Turvold. So that would be the speed that I showed before.
Yeah, yeah. But if there's
But
someone sitting here that doesn't have the Turvold, but they've got the double Man-Eater and a counter attacker.
yeah, then it'll be the higher speed. It'll be the double Man-Eater team. So
Yeah,
I
so
think
and
the
they
Man-Eater speeds are the same, but the DPS speed has to be a little higher.
yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Okay, and then the Man-Eaters have got pretty good amount of attack, a lot of crit damage.
Mm-hmm.
So they should be smacking pretty hard as well.
Yep.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's do this. Oh, what am I doing? So I'm taking it. This is not free to play friendly.
Yep.
Is it the same setup on different different not affinities, different levels of clan boss?
The setup it's different. So Ultra Nightmare has its own setup, and Nightmare has its own setup. They
Okay.
are different. Yep.
So let's run through the Ultra Nightmare one, watch it through, and then perhaps at the end we'll talk about what you'd have to do for Nightmare as well, in case people want to try and make something like this happen.
Yeah, sure.
Albeit, I think the chances of more people having double Turvold, I mean,
Yeah.
having the one Turvold, there's a chance. Having the double is pretty obscene. So, what we got here? Got defense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and this team obviously it works on all affinity as well.
Yeah. I don't have any Turvolds either, Razliv. If I did, I would try some of this stuff though. Okay, what have we got for a setup there, mate?
Yeah, so it's A2 on the man eaters.
So we don't have. I would do a decreased defense and weaken. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So actually, Martyr's pretty optimal for this spot as well.
Yeah, I think Martyr is, I believe, the best champion for this comp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Martyr A3. Then the first interval A2 and A1.
Yeah.
Then the next A1. Man eater unkillable A3, and then A1.
Okay.
Okay, then A3 and Turvold.
A3, 5 buffs, no decreased defense and stuff though. Still 130 or 150. That's a lot.
Then A1. Then A1 and A1 on the both man eaters.
Yeah.
Then A3 on this Turvold. Okay. Then A2.
Okay. Yeah.
Then Martyr A2 now. And man eater A2. Then A2, A1 on this Turvold.
Okay, we've got a weaken out. So we should get a few counters off here, get decreased defense out.
All right, then A1 and A1. A3 now, unkillable.
Yeah.
A1 and A3.
Oh, there's a double 300Ks.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta like to see it.
That's the 5 buff.
Yeah. Damn, that is a big number.
Okay, A1 and A1. Then A1. A3. A2. Okay,
Okay.
A2, A1. A2.
Yeah.
Then A2, A1, and then auto.
Okay, so we've basically done 2 full rotations before we got to the auto.
Yep.
2 minutes 50 of your life, we can do that.
Yep. So it's a relatively similar setup to the previous comp again.
Yeah. So talk us through then. How do you justify or how do you set up in the tool like when he's going to take extra turns or not? Are you kind of randomly throwing different abilities in to try and find these tunes?
No. Yeah, so this comp it's actually developed by a buddy of mine, Frugus. So
Okay.
he is the guy who I guess I kind of bounce ideas with.
Yeah.
He was basically the first guy who actually got me into using Turvold in Clan Boss team. So
Right,
he
cool.
finds the speed. I think he uses like a different tool that is able to kind of model the rotations, and he is able to find out the speeds. I don't know the details, but yeah, he has a tool that he uses that is able to
Yeah.
find the perfect speeds to use this kinds of comp.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then after that, it's mainly just testing to see what the speed ranges are,
Yeah.
and finally able to build the comp.
Yeah, man. I mean, both of these man eaters are cracking in the 300Ks when their buffs line up well,
Mhm.
which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I think so this is the Dark's account. So he also has Farrakhan, the Fat, and I kind of tested him as well in this comp instead of Mother.
Yeah,
And he actually doesn't perform as well as Mother, since he doesn't place his defense down as much as Martyr does, because he has
sure.
two other skills that he has to rotate. It's kind of like the Tyrell factor, where he uses his A2 and A3 and he doesn't place his decrease attack a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does have you tested both Turvolds having weaken or enough accuracy to place the weaken, or do we just
Uh,
tend to not need it?
yeah, I don't think it's needed. I think the weekend uptime is pretty high, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got the poison coming from the man eater. So I messaged you earlier about a comp that I'm looking to try and play around with,
Yeah.
which is kind of likely to be more like an all defense team.
Hmm.
And I was wondering if I should try and get one of that defense team into poison deer, actually, toxic deer.
Yeah. If maybe, because I don't think I saw a Draco in that team, right?
No, I was
Yeah.
thinking to go all defense, king of the
Yeah.
hitters, really.
Yeah.
Um, and I've got a few different ideas of what to do with it, but I don't know what's going to be like the highest damage potential.
Mm.
Because
I
now,
think. Yeah.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think the poison set benefits champions that don't hit hard already. So if like your defensive champions already hit really hard, the poison set may not be better, I think. But obviously,
Yeah,
I think maybe testing has to be done, since if you think about it, the poison set basically does 50k extra damage. So if
sure.
you can build, I guess, cover that 50k from like stats
From
or
stats,
regular
yeah.
gear alone, yeah, then that may be better.
Consistently, though, these Turvolds are slamming in with the 300s. What's the highest
Yeah,
hit you've seen
yeah. So I've
from a
seen.
Turvold?
Yeah, the Dark sent me a screenshot before showing that he has hit 400Ks on his Turvold.
Double 400s.
Yeah,
Oh, man. It's crazy.
yeah, I can send you a screenshot as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, we are just saying, Massive, that Marta seems to be the more optimal person instead of like a fat man here or Kreela.
Yeah, because we need someone who can does a defense down, but also provides like extra benefit to the team.
Yeah.
So Martyr provides the counter attack, she provides 2 extra buff, and her decrease attack is very consistent since she counter attacks, and it's on her A1.
Oh, I see. The Dark sent me these shots already, actually. That's cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, here we go. Check this out, guys. The 400s rolling through the sky. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. Oh, man, I love it. I love it. So we're already at 34 mil after 22 turns. So if we just doubled it up at this point, you've got a 1 key in the bag. So this is going to be good numbers. Good old
Yeah.
numbers here.
Yeah. Now the I guess now it's just we're trying to like raise the ceiling of this comp to see how high it can go. Because I think
Yeah.
to this point, like after testing from Frugus and the Dark, I don't think either of them have hit 90 million. So the limit is trying to pass 90 million with this
Yeah.
comp.
And I guess there's bound to be questions asked, can you swap the man-eater out for a tower if someone doesn't have a double man-eater or anything like that? Have you guys looked into any alternatives?
So in terms of the man eaters are great, obviously, because they can work on all affinities.
Yeah.
If yeah, if any champion that gives like the block damage or unkillable buff on the same cooldown as the man eaters can work for sure, but they won't work in the affinities, of course.
Yeah. So I've actually got a video going out tomorrow on a tower and warcaster comp
Hmm.
with Fat Man actually. But with Fat Man and with Longbeard, and those two are in Relentless gear.
Hmm.
So those two are
Yeah.
proccing extra turns whenever they can. The
Right.
tune falls in line perfectly. The issue is if you run into affinity
Affinity.
stuff, and you have to take one of them out for a Doom Priest, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in terms of I was interested because you said here with the Turvold, the reason why this works is because he gets an extra turn at a specific time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
wondering how that comp, when two people are running Relentless, doesn't fall out of sync.
Yeah. It's the specific time that Turvold takes the extra turn that matters. Like because the man eaters always does their unkillable at a specific timing, and Turvold follows that timing where they will always use the unkillable before they use the sorry, Turvold will use his extra turn before man eater takes the unkillable.
So if Turvold right now then was in Relentless gear and could get extra turns as well, it wouldn't throw this out at all.
It will. It will.
It would. Okay.
Yeah. So relentless is not possible.
Right.
And and I think something that I guess wasn't really specified before is that Turvold's extra turn provides him the increased speed, right? So his speed
Oh, of course.
also
Yeah.
fluctuates between the turns, so that's why he's able to fit in with this
Yeah.
comp.
Yeah. Who is Ian K? It's the man in the chat right now, Mishra. The man who builds crazy Turvold teams. I love this one though. I mean, I just love seeing champions that probably live in vaults a lot of the time because people don't understand how to use them, coming out and
Yeah,
doing some crazy numbers.
yeah. I have like after showcasing my Turvold teams a few times, I have quite a few people reach out to me asking uh, and telling me that they're finally able to have Turvold out of their vaults and into their team, and
Oh,
saying that
really?
yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
they're able to bring up their Ultra Nightmare damage, which is great.
Yeah. I definitely spoke about this last time. Did you see my video on Aldrin Jailer,
Yeah, I did.
who hits like an absolute beast?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if he could come in instead of a Turvold, and perhaps not with the
Mhm.
time, the tune you've got here, but in terms
Yeah.
of like massive number hits, I wonder if he could do something similar.
Yeah, I think he can be part of like a regular team. It doesn't
Mm,
has to be like a Turbo
yeah,
as just a pure DPS champion.
yeah. No, it's fun. It's cool, man.
Mm.
So, have you got any other kind of plans? What's next? What's next on your list of things you want to build?
Yeah, I think maybe this might be the limit of the Turbo team already. Maybe I'll have to try building uh like the Iron Vargo teams. I've seen a few
Mm,
people already building those teams and they're doing like 100+ million.
yeah,
Maybe that is the team to go. But those teams also needs like really good champions as well, like the Valkyries and the Altans, I think. Oh, not Altan. Krisk. Yeah, those
the really
champions
good
are.
ones I've seen have got
Yeah,
Criskin in some way,
yeah,
um, which I don't have, unfortunately. But
yeah. I don't have any of those champs. I don't have a Valkyrie or a Iron Brago. Oh, sorry, Krisk.
yeah, yeah. Oh, there was a 397 in there, guys. 397. Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, what I'm planning on doing, we've got how long left? Like an hour and a half just over on the stream. So, I'm going to start to build out. I don't know what to do. I could either rebuild my old team, which was Sandlashed, Lydia, Altan, Bad L, and who's the last one? Lydia. Did I say Lydia already? Lydia. Um, I could just swap Altan for Iron Brado and see. I hit just over 100 million with that team. I'm wondering if just throwing Iron Brado into that team would take us like significantly above. Did I not say Valk? Yeah, so Valk, Altan, Bad L, Lydia, Sandlashed was the previous build that I did. I hit for like 101 million. And I'm wondering if just throwing Iron Brado in instead of Altan pushes my numbers up. Um, but I also could try and squeeze in a double Valk for like a second big shield. But then I think I lose a lot of damage doing that. It's really quite tricky to work out where to go with it.
Mhm. I think doesn't that team require the? I'm not sure, the like the ally protection as well, which Sandlash brings.
Well, yeah, Sandlash does bring ally protection, so I guess I was wondering if the second Valk shield
Hmm.
is worth more than ally protection.
Right. Something to test out.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm wondering if, because with Iron Brago as well, that's an extra, let's call it 500 defense on my Valks, which is straight shield. Yeah, straight additional shield. But yeah, not sure. I'm not sure which way it would go better.
Hmm.
But either
I
way, I
think,
need to build out my Brago and start getting it ready. So
yeah. I'm not sure about Iron Brago's like multiplier on his skills. Does his skill do more damage than his A1?
does he still do what? Sorry.
Does his skills do more damage than his A1? Because I'm thinking maybe like the I guess the deal breaker for all these new teams is maybe the specific sets, like reflex sets, for example. If a champion does more damage on his A2 and A3, then reflex set might be able to bring the difference to improve the damage.
Yeah. Well, no. So I mean, Iron Brago's damage is high
Hmm.
on his A1 and his A2. It's like Ultan level damage.
Right.
So that side of it's fine, actually. It's
Okay.
more. The thing I'm curious about is whether the extra Valk is worth her shield versus the
Mm,
damage I lose. Because the other option I've got is bringing in like the real big hitters, like Razin, Ultan, Iron Brago, all in the same team,
right.
throwing out crazy hits. But
Hmm.
then I think I end up losing my 2-for-1 ratio. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
I can't see a way of keeping a 2-for-1 and keeping all of those champions in the mix.
Hmm. Yeah. That would be difficult.
Hmm. So yeah, someone's saying as well. So what do I hear? 87 million, guys. 87.5. It's just kind of nuts. That's got to be pretty much top end of what you were saying it's done, right?
Yeah, I think the highest I've seen is like 89 point something something. It has never touched 90 million before.
29 million from one Turvold, 26 million from the other. 11, 10. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Great to see. Great to see Turvolds coming in with the 300k pluses, guys. Absolutely love it. Awesome. And thanks to Dark as well for lending us the account, buddy. That's good to see, man. So I guess we probably should just talk, maybe not talk through because it might take too long, but if you could send me something with the setup for Nightmare,
Hmm.
do you have it on a kind of calc or something? I can just ping
Uh,
up on the screen if people want to see it.
yeah, I can send it to you right now.
Perfect.
So for this team, the nightmare setup is actually much easier.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's only like three rounds of manual setup. Give me a second.
Oh, actually, the Dark's just sent it to me as well.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. Yeah, so if anyone's interested in being able to try and replicate this, here's the setup. So how many turns have we got here? That's going to be 1, 2. Oh, okay. So actually, after
Yeah.
turn 4 or at turn 4, basically,
Yep.
we get the auto. What the Dark? What sort of numbers have you done for this on Nightmare?
Yeah, this team can hit like 100 million on nightmare.
100 mil. Sweet.
Yep.
Nice, nice. Ian, thank you once again for coming on and showing us something cool, man. Really good to
Yeah.
see.
No problem. Thanks.
100 millions, no problem. No, that's awesome, buddy. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So there you have it, guys. Double Turvold slapping the clan boss. 400k hits. Hope you enjoyed that type of video. I know it's not going to be for everyone to build that type of team. It's still really fun to see it, in my opinion. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll catch you later.